Hi there, this is Math 7, Unit 6, Lesson 16, Interpreting Inequalities. And again, this first one's a good cool down or wrap up of what you did in your class today. It says, I'll read it to you at least, Andre is making paper cranes to decorate for a party. He plans to make one large paper crane for a centerpiece and several smaller paper cranes to put around the table. It takes Andre 10 minutes to make the centerpiece and 3 minutes to make each small crane. He's only going to have 30 minutes to make the paper cranes once he gets home. Andre wrote the inequality 3x plus 10 is less than or equal to 30 to plan his time. Describe what the x is, the 3x, and the 10 and the 30 represent in this inequality. So you want to make sure you explain what each one of these parts means in this statement right there. And then it asks you to solve it and then see what the solution means. Alright, moving down. Number 2. Alright, a grocery store sold 1/4 of its boxed holiday candy that was on display. The store manager brought out 40 more boxes in the stockroom. The store likes to keep at least 100 boxes of candy on display. The inequality 3/4 x plus 40 has to be greater than or equal to 100 represents the situation. Why do they use 3/4 in this inequality? Well, the reason we use 3/4 in inequality is if you've sold 1/4, then what you have left is 3/4. So 3/4 of the candy plus whatever 40 there needs to be greater than 100, right? Because we want to have at least 100. So when you get to that point, that's why we added the 40 there. So use the 3/4 because that's the point at which you've sold 1/4. Now, if you solve the inequality, it would work out like this. 3/4 x plus 40 greater than or equal to 100. We subtract 40 from both sides. So that 3/4 x is greater than or equal to 60. I'm going to multiply both sides by 4/3. So this cancels out. And x is going to be greater than or equal to, well, 3 goes into 60 20 times. 20 times 4 is 80. And that's my answer. Alright, number 3. Same idea. It says a school marching band has a budget of $6,350 to buy 14 new uniforms and pay for competition fees that total $750. Alright, so we have a couple things here. We have to write an inequality. Now, they gave us the big amount. This is our big amount, $6,350. And you have to decide if you're going to use greater than or less than. And our two pieces of data, like up here we had a 3/4 plus 40, right? They did two parts there. Here we have 14 new uniforms, okay? We don't know how much those cost, but they have a value. You call it X, right? 14X. And competition fees is $750. So we have 14x, we have 750. Those are my numbers as well as that one. And we have to decide greater than or less than, and we can use equal to technically, draw an inequality and solve it. I'm going to let you do that there with the information provided and circled there. Okay, number 4 and 5. I'm going to go ahead and solve number 5 for you. So I'm going to add 42 to both sides. So negative 7n is less than 84. Divide both sides by negative 7. When I divide by a negative number, I reverse the sign. This becomes n becomes greater than 84 divided by a negative 7 is going to be, whoops, it didn't multiply. 84 divided by negative 7 is going to be a negative 12. Alright, so that's my solution. If I graph that out, I could have 0 right here. I could have a negative 12. I could write a positive 12. And n needs to be greater than negative 12. So something like that would be just fine. Okay, that's number 5. Let's look at the back side. Number 6. A toaster that is regularly priced $30 is on sale for 60% off. What is the sales price? Okay, the sales price is going to happen when we take the original price and we subtract the discount. That equals the sales price. Okay? So I need to find out what that discount's going to be and subtract it. Okay? The way I could do that, a couple ways. I could say if it's on sale for 60% off, how much am I paying? If it's 60% off, I'm only going to pay 40% of $30. That's all I'm going to pay. Now 40% of $30 is 0.4 times 30. Okay, and 0.4 times 30 is going to be equal to $12. So that can be a solution. Let's see if I do it this way. If I did 60% of 30, 60% of 30 is like 0.60 times 30, and 0.6 times 30 is equal to 18. Now, what is 18? 18 is my discount. That's how much I'm saving. But to find the sales price, I would then do 30 minus the discount on the sale price. And when I do that, what am I left with? I'm left with $12 as the sales price. So both methods work. This one is a little faster because I just did the subtraction from the beginning on the percentage to find out 40% of 30. Here, we had to do the percentage and then subtract. But they both get you the same point. Priya is buying a skirt that regularly costs $80. It's on sale for 30% off. If the tax rate is 8%, what is the sale price of the skirt including tax? Okay, great normal question for real life. Okay, so it's 30% off. So that means she's paying how much? Well, if it's less, if you take 100 minus 30, that means she's paying 70% of the cost, which was 80. So this becomes 0.7 or 0.70 times 80 is how much she's going to pay. 0.70 times 80 means she's going to pay $56. After you find the cost, that's when you're going to multiply by the tax rate. So we're going to multiply that by be careful here, this 8%, remember we move the decimal over 1 2 times, is written as 0.08. So 56 times 0.08, 0.08 times 56, whoops, my calculator's all messed up, 56 times 0.08 becomes equal to $4.48. Now that is what? That is the tax amount. So this is the sales price is here. My tax amount is here, but what is the sale price of the skirt including tax? When I include tax, that means I need to combine these two numbers together. So I'll take 56 and I'll add to it $4.48, and we end up with, in this case here, $60.48. Okay, so that's becomes our actual answer there. So you find the sales price, then you find the tax, you add the tax back to the sales price, and you actually get your final price there. Okay, that's the way we do that. Number 8, this figure is made from part of a square and part of a circle. What is the area of this figure to the nearest square unit? Okay, so this is going to be part of a circle. Now the area for a circle is area equals pi r squared. Now notice here we have a radius. The radius here is 5, right? So we can put pi times the radius squared, but I'm only using, if this is a circle, I'm only using 1/4 of it. So I'm going to do 1/4 of pi r squared. Now they say to use 3.14 for pi, so I have 1/4 times 3.14 times 5 squared, which is 25. So I multiply all that out, 3.14 times 25 divided by 4, I get 19.625 for this space there. Now let's look at what's left. I have this box, I have a 5, I can look at this as a 5 by 10, I can list this 5 by 5, 5 by 5 by 5, however you want to think about that. This is either 5 by 10 all the way this way, which is going to be 10 times 5 is 50 for the whole thing, which leaves me with a 5 by 5 here, which is 25. Or I can think about each space being 25s, like so. And so I have 75 there. So combined, I have 75 plus, in our case here, something's not quite right there, 25 times 3.14 equals that. Divide that by 4. Yeah, all right. Seems a little weird to me, but 19.625. Oh, that's right. 625. Good deal. So 625, 9 plus 5 is 14, carry the 1, and we have 94.625, and these are square units. Square units. It doesn't say if there's feet, yards, whatever. Okay, that's it. And finally, our last one here. Which graph represents a proportional relationship? Explain your reasonings. This is back from Unit 2, way back in the start of the school year. Which one is proportional? See if you can remember why it's proportional. Only one of them is. Which one is it? And give your reasons. All right, that's it for today. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.